When I teach in the School of Ministry, I always tell the students that they really only need one Bible story, one good Bible story, and that's your whole career in ministry. And so mine is the story of the prodigal son. And so people know the story of the prodigal son. The prodigal son is the one who wandered. He's the one who strayed from the fold. He said to his, there were two sons, and the prodigal says to his father, give me my half of the inheritance. I'm going to go out and do my thing. I'm going to find myself. I'm going to explore the world. And so the father does that, which was an unusual thing at the time because you didn't do that. And the son goes off, it says, to a far country. And he engages in riotous living. Doesn't that sound fantastic? Riotous living. Just, the mind just reels with possibilities, riotous living, And, but then a famine comes to the land, and he's spent all his money. And so he hires himself out to a man where he's actually feeding the pigs, which is a pretty low gig, okay, on the scheme of things. And so he decides to go back to his father's house and say, I'll ask him to treat me like a servant because your servants are eating better than I am. And so he heads back, and long before he gets there, the father sees him and has a big party. They put a beautiful robe on him and a ring on his finger. Now, the other brother, the stay-at-home brother, okay? This is an interesting character, because the stay-at-home brother won't come into the party. Now, the father is so happy that the son who went away is now home. He's back where he belongs. He's been welcomed into the fold. We're celebrating his return, but the other brother is outside pouting. Pouting is never a successful strategy, is it? It's just not. I'm pouting. Why won't you come in? Your brother's home. I'm mad. What are you mad about? Well, it's just not fair. What's not fair? Well, it's not right. You're giving him a party, and he's been bad. Because I'm also saying, I've been good. I've stayed at home. I did everything you wanted. I tried to please you in everything. I was such a goody two-shoes. I never do anything wrong, and you never give me a party. Why are you giving him a party? Such an unattractive vibration in the universe, it just is. And so the father says the obvious thing. Look, your brother was lost, but now he's found, right? He's home. He's home. And he says this incredible thing, which I think is one of the most beautiful things in all of the scriptures. The father says to the stay-at-home son, Son, thou art ever with me, and all that I have is thine. Don't you know that everything I have is yours? You are always with me, and everything I have is for you. It's beautiful. It's extraordinary. It's so big. It's so expansive. So we have to be the ones who are willing to stop holding the story, the drama, the guilt of the past. We're the ones who have to stop perpetuating that and just forgive yourself. How? Well, Emma Curtis Hopkins says that every day the student of truth must say, I forgive everyone and everything. I forgive everyone and everything. I forgive everyone and everything. Look, I know lots of people who've been on the path for a long time. We don't have great, big, horrific forgivenesses anymore. Now it's just little stuff, isn't it? It's just little stuff that gets in there and really works our last nerve. Yeah, it's just some little thing that somebody does, that we just hear their voice and it's like fingernails on a blackboard. Ooh. I forgive everyone and everything. I forgive everyone and everything. And oh, by the way, I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. Look, we did the best we could. You have to understand this. Did you ever get up first thing in the morning and say, today, let me do some things that decades from now I will regret? Today, let me do things that I can beat myself up for eternity about. Today, let me really disappoint myself. Nobody ever does that. Nobody does that. We did the best we could, and we want to be people who are not always dragging the past